Good morning. It's Monday, November the 8th. I want to take some time this morning and put a video together just kind of explaining in an effort to be transparent and to communicate as best we can. Just wanted to address a couple of things. Number one, wanted to address the last 2 weeks, the soft opening, how all that went and where we go from there. Two, I wanted to address, we're putting our final touches on our redecoration. We've got bathrooms that we're remodeling today, tomorrow, Wednesday. The third, I wanted to discuss where we go from here, what the menu will look like, what our hours will be, how all that will work, and our quote-unquote opening that will happen this Thursday. And then lastly, I wanted to discuss employment opportunities. So kind of let you know what we're still looking for in terms of jobs and what kind of people, specific people we're looking for to fill those roles. So 4 major things to talk about this morning. Number one, the past 2 weeks. Number two, the finishing touches on the restaurant. Number 3 would be where do we go from here in the short term. Number 4, employment opportunities. So don't want to take up too much of your time, so I'm going to jump right into it. Number one, the last 2 weeks. Our hats are off to you. Our community has answered the call. We said we were going to do 2 weeks of soft openings. We were going to try to control the crowds. We were going to focus on certain menu items, so everything was limited at different times. And boy, did you answer the call. You know, one of our slogans here is we're your neighborhood place. We're a restaurant that is really about this community, and it gives me goosebumps to be able to come back to you and say thank you for the last 2 weeks. You have been unbelievable in your support. The greatest thing that I could say about the last 2 weeks is the fact that you were comfortable coming into our restaurant, not necessarily knowing exactly what you were going to get due to the soft opening nature. And then you were comfortable enough to give us the feedback that we needed in order to make the corrections that we need to make in order to make this experience what you want as a community. It was overwhelming, and so just so that everybody knows what's happening here in the next 3 days. Today's Monday, tomorrow Tuesday, and then the following day, Wednesday, we're going to be closed. And the reason we're closed, number one, is we're going to fix those issues that we had over the last 2 weeks. We're taking all of your information, all of your feedback, we're processing it, we're retraining our employees, we're using the opportunity to work through the kitchen staff and the menu to make sure that everything is exactly the way it should be. Not that we won't make mistakes in the future, but it's really an opportunity to correct the things that you told us we needed to correct. And I can't thank you enough for that opportunity. In a world where most people can hide behind social media, most things are one-way type communication, you showed me exactly why I'm so proud to be part of this community with the way that you supported us over the last 2 weeks and then gave us the feedback we needed. Number 2, talking about renovations, not really renovations, it's more like redecoration. If you've been into our restaurant, you know that we haven't changed the format, but it feels like a very, very different place. You also know that in the construction world in today's day and age, it's kind of hard to get materials at times. So we've been waiting for our bathroom structures to come in. We've been waiting to actually get the physical material to be able to redo the bathrooms. So while we're using Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday as an opportunity to take the information you gave us from the soft openings, we're also going to take that as an opportunity to finish those renovations in the bathroom. So you will have a nicer experience in terms of the physical plant as well. The third part, where do we go from here? How do we, you know, the magic question, what are your hours? When are you open? What's the menu look like? So forth and so on. So I want to give you just a few things that I know for sure. This Thursday we'll open at 11 o'clock for lunch. And the way our restaurant will work, we will have a lunch menu from 11 to 4, and then we'll have a dinner menu from 5 to 9. There'll be 2 separate menus. The lunch menu will be very similar to what you've experienced over the last 2 weeks: sandwiches, burgers, pizza, wings. Again, quality lunches at a price that you can't beat for what you're getting. It's not fast food. It's restaurant food, so and it's not going to be one of those situations where you get served in 5 minutes. It's a sit down lunch type scenario. And that lunch will continue from this Thursday. We'll have normal hours for lunch. So that lunch will be this week will be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're always closed on Monday, and then Tuesday through Sunday from that point forward, we'll keep our lunch hours the same. Dinner hours. So dinner hours, we're going to be open until 11 o'clock each night. The opportunity to order food is all the way up until 9 o'clock. Then we'll have last call for drinks at 10:45. The dinner menu will also be consistent moving from Thursday forward. I would tell you that we also have private event space. So with the holidays coming, there's lots of people who have space reserved, which will impact seating for dinners. We are going to move forward with the idea that dinner will be as a reservation-based process only. So if you're going to sit in the dining room and have dinner, you'll need to have a reservation. And the way you get that reservation is by sending an email to Mike@cbschophouse.com. Give us your name or contact information, how many people you'd like to have, and the time that you'd like to be seated. And then we'll get back to you and make sure that we're communicated so that everybody knows what's going on. We will have the bar area open as a first come, first served type situation. So there's a chance you could get a table, but just judging on what the feedback's been the last 2 weeks, I wouldn't count on those tables being very easy to get. So if you want to make sure that you're seated and that you get an opportunity to have dinner with us, please, Mike@cbschophouse.com. And just so you know, those menus will be placed on the website by Thursday of this week, so that you'll be able to see exactly what it is that you're after. And a point of emphasis here. I've mentioned it a couple of times. We're a restaurant. We don't want to be a sports bar. We're not trying to be fast food. We want it to be a dining experience. And with that, just so that everybody's on the same page, our target dinner costs per plate is going to be somewhere between $25 and $40. We're not going to apologize for that. We're not going to be shy about that. We're a chop house where we're going to be serving steaks and chops and fish and chicken. We will have burgers available. We'll have some options for the kids, but it's a restaurant. It's a neighborhood restaurant, and pricing will be along with that. This is not the place you're going to find a $6 hamburger, a $2 beer, or a $6 glass of wine. It's going to be a little bit nicer than that, and just want to make sure that we're upfront and transparent about that. That's part of who we're trying to be, what our identity is. With that, the last thing I want to talk about is employment opportunities. So for those of you that have been in the business and understand what restaurants have gone through over the last 2 years, there's now hiring signs everywhere, and we are always going to be hiring or looking for quality people. So just a little plea for those of you that might have been in the restaurant business, might be professional front of the house people. Maybe you're a professional chef, cook, have experience in the kitchen. We're looking for those experienced people. We're looking for people in the Fenton area that are professional restaurant people who are tired of driving to Kirkwood, Webster, Clayton, downtown, et cetera, in order to find a place to make a living. If you're one of those professional people, whether you're front of the house or back of the house, please reach out, send an email to Mark, M-A-R-K, @cbschophouse.com. We would love to talk to you about creating a place here in Fenton where you can make a living as a professional restaurant person. Thanks for your time. I know it was a little bit long, but just trying to be upfront and communicative in the process here at CB's Chop House. Thanks for the last 2 weeks. We look forward to the next 10 years. Thanks.